T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 words. Hooday.
Hooday!
Woohoo!
Hootie.
Not the Raiders. Hope
That's not the Raiders and not anybody else that would try to vanquish us, yes. I did that awkwardly on purpose. That just seemed
not.
like...
I was going to say, it seemed very...
Smooth.
smooth as a cup of old granddad from 1976.
Welcome to episode 85 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, Todd Griffin with you. I am not a cook.
Turk 187.
Turk
Or 182. Turk 182.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was like 187. I'll remember that one. That must be the sequel.
That's the sequel, yes. 187 and a half.
All right. We welcome you to our podcast here. 3 people in the room. Please comment.
That was a great movie, by the way. Turk 182. Do you remember that?
I remember it. I never saw it.
You never saw it. It's a fireman movie.
Yeah.
If
I knew that
correctly.
I just...
Yeah.
The guy was like leaving Turk 182 messages all around the city, right?
Yeah, because without giving it away, the his brother, I believe, was Turk 182. It was his like his whatever you call it, like his fire handle codename, on his, and he was injured, and so there's more to it than that. But I mean, that's where the Turk. He was writing Turk 182 everywhere.
I thought you were going to tell him he was Turk 181.
No,
and like leaving messages to his brother. That's how I would write the movie.
There you go.
All right, 7 people in the room. Please comment.
Yeah,
know who you are, or I guess you can also lurk in the shadows if you like. But remember, and maybe I don't do a good enough job kind of letting this out there, that we don't know who you are because we only see a number. I see a number 7 up there. I don't know who any of you are unless you comment and your name is beside your comment. So, there we go. Allison.
Hey, Allison.
Hello. So 7 other people wish to lurk in the shadows, which is all well and good. That's fine. Maybe something will tickle your fancy and you'll comment.
They're lurking in the shadows of the cast.
We're lurking in the shadows of the cast.
Yeah. Doesn't quite have as much of a ring to it as the.
It does not.
The Patricia Benatar.
Hello, Miss Wilson.
Hey, Miss Wilson.
Miss Wilson.
Did any of you see the new Green Knight movie? Should I buy it? I have not.
I have not either.
I have not.
So yes, buy it, and then you can tell us if it's good or not.
Tell us.
Yes.
Report back.
Come on with a movie review.
We should add
Becky
that like once a month.
McConaughey.
We should add a movie review once a month.
A listener viewer movie review. Welcome, Becky McConaughey. Welcome, Hall of Famer Rhonda Reeser. So
Hello,
2 Hall of
guys,
Famers amongst
gals.
us.
Under Reeser, bunch of readers, so that's all I want to do. Under Reeser. Sorry, that wasn't about you, Rhonda, as much as it was. We're all rappers at heart.
Gotta love the Rappin' Duke.
The Rappin' Duke.
Yeah, we can't have me on the far left. That's true, Dennis.
Yeah, what's up with that? We're backwards.
Gonna be on the right.
Actually, I'm in the middle this time.
Oh, okay. Well, you can be in the middle then.
Yeah.
People are just, wow, look at that.
That's
Look
right.
at that.
Fancy technology.
It's like watching those closet classics from MTV where there would be like Moby Grape and the
Vanilla Fudge.
Budgie or one of those, and yeah,
Was it the
or according to Dumb and Dumber, I wasn't even trying.
Little do you guys know that Eric controls that with his toe, with his big toe. He's controlling it all. He's the Geddy
toe.
Lee of podcast.
My middle toe. It's my middle toe.
Middle toe. Okay.
I'm even more talented than you thought.
Is Middle Toe next to Hamilton, Ohio?
Get out.
Hamilton.
Too much.
Oh my goodness.
Hamilton, like Hamilton.
I was gonna say that's not what I thought you said.
I knew what he said, but I also knew what it rhymed with.
Mammal toe? All right.
Mamilton.
All right. Enough shenanigans here. We got to get to serious business. Visit our website. We'll talk about that here in a moment.
No.
We are in order on the screen, in which we will give our 20-minute diatribes or thereabouts. And
Scattings.
please, now 9 people in the room, please chime in. You all are a very important part of what we do, and probably more so than we are. So with that, Brady, it's all you, brother.
Okay, brother.
The only one without glasses. I feel like I needed to shade up. You guys are wearing your specs.
Oh, yeah.
We're wearing
You're just
our
being
specs 'cause we're
cool.
blind.
Your sexy spexies. Yeah,
You wear your sunglasses at night.
So I can.
On story night. All right. Sorry, guys.
Wow. We're just scattered.
We are scattered. We need to
scattered,
discipline
smothered,
ourselves.
and covered, like the waffle haze.
And hopefully the topics will come chunked. Here we go. So the first one I'm going to lead off with this. It depending on what site you get this from, it's either called the most hated movies of all time or the worst movies of all time. But I don't like using worst movies of all time. That's well documented, like Plan 9 from Outer Space. But this is the most hated movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. And they can be bad movies, but just people genuinely hate them. They dislike them. And it seems to be a super majority of people feel this way. So it's very strongly hated. So are you ready?
Okay, Brady, before you go on Rotten Tomatoes, if people are not familiar, Rotten Tomatoes is kind of like basically asking people for their own personal movie reviews online, and you can give it a tomatoes. Is that right? Tomato splat if you don't like it. Is that what it is? Something like that. Yeah. So these are the movies that people hated the most on Rotten. Hated.
Okay, so I'm going to kick this one off, and honestly, I hate to start off with one I haven't seen before, but I am aware of it. It's the movie Folks with an exclamation point. Folks.
So it's folks.
Exactly.
Not just folks.
And this is a Tom Selleck movie, but it immediately gets on the bad side when Tom Selleck has shaven his mustache for this movie.
Oh, we can't have that.
Tom Selleck without a mustache is like a turtle without a shell. It shouldn't happen.
Yeah, Tom can't shave his Selleck. It must remain there on his face.
Well, you've got to see Tom Selleck.
In this case, though, his Selleck is
or
his
Magnum's
mustache.
PI. All right. So anyway, Tom Selleck actually earned a Razzie Award for Worst Actor in the 1992 comedy Folks. It's about a successful stockbroker who has it all with great wife and kids, but he must later take in his elderly parents, and it causes all kinds of chaos, which sounds like, hey, this could be funny. But I guess the reason it is so hated because they said that the dementia jokes and elderly people having car accident jokes where they took a serious topic. It was supposed to be funny, but it came across very unfunny. Like not a funny like Sophia from Golden Girls dementia joke, but actually mocking somebody who had the symptoms. So I guess this movie didn't age well, but even in 1992, people were like, "Oh,
I see what you did there.
what did I do?"
Movie didn't age well. I see what you did there.
Well, I could completely see that movie bombing now, but I would have thought in 1992 we could.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Selleck was Money in the Bank, pretty much. I mean, all right.
Was Magnum still on at that point?
I don't think so. Well, you never know. I think it was about 90 or 91. We'll have to look that up, but
it was close, I think.
Yeah, it was in the midst of his 3 Men and a Baby run.
Right.
I'll look it up for you right now. Go ahead.
The next movie on the list is Look Who's Talking Now. Instead of a talking baby with John Travolta and Kirstie Alley, it was a talking dog.
Well, there was Look Who's Talking To.
Yes.
Electric Boogaloo. I believe there was a 2, wasn't there?
There was. Yeah.
Kid.
That's where
EOO.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's Look Who's Talking Now. And I'm sure pretty much now if it came out today, it'd be WTF, Who's Talking?
So I don't know that I ever saw that movie. So was it like they put like peanut butter in the dog's mouth and it would just move its mouth and they would...
It just says it is the third and final movie in the franchise. This time, Danny DeVito and Diane Keaton are doing voiceovers for the family dogs. It was also a bomb because it had a $22 million budget and only made $10 million. So it's that flogging the horse, going back to the well one too many times. So I'm guessing that's, it doesn't take a genius to see that Look Who's Talking Now will not be very good.
Yeah. I didn't mind the first 2. I mean, at the age I was when I watched them, I don't know if I would, how they hold up now, but I was always a big John Travolta fan. Didn't mind Kirstie Alley either.
Yeah.
88, by the way, is when Magnum P.I.
Met its end?
Met its end, yes.
Gotcha.
The next one on the list is A Low Down Dirty Shame. It was a comedian's very failed attempt at an action movie. It's Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Keenan Ivory.
Wayans. But
Marlon Wayans.
Wayans.
Sean
Wayans.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah. So anyway, he plays a private detective, and it's your typical, action movie shoot 'em up. But I guess, it just didn't connect because it was a comedian. It would be, I guess, like me asking Emo Phillips to do the next Die Hard.
Yeah, but which Wayans was it again in that one?
Keenan Ivory.
Wayans.
Maybe it was just which Wayans it was because Damon Wayans was in a couple action movies that worked. I mean, I think that were pretty successful.
Yeah. Damon Wayans was the last Boy Scout, right?
Yeah, the last Boy Scout.
Yeah. Right.
But, and I could see that, like, why people, the movie might have been fine, but people just couldn't get over the fact that they were watching the comedian be an action star, So I think that probably figures into it.
That is a big leap to take.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do that.
I mean, all right. I gotta disagree with you guys. There's lots of action movies where the comedic actor is. I mean, Will Ferrell's been
usually
in several,
a foil, like Orko.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that was the formula is why that movie was bad. There's been the Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker movies come to mind. Those were all pretty successful, and Chris Tucker was a comedian. I mean,
but there was a lightness to it. I think the whole thing that they're getting at is there was no, comedy lightness. It was a comedian passing themselves off as a total butt kicker.
Yeah.
All right. This one I've seen. I know Eric's seen. Wagons East.
John Candy.
Yes.
John Candy's last movie.
John Candy's last movie. Just like you said, and it said, Richard Lewis and John Candy, and it got a 0% rating. They just said it wasn't funny. and even Charlie Sheen and Donald Sutherland couldn't save the movie. I remember seeing it. It wasn't horrible, was it?
I thought what's his name was in that movie. Oh shoot! What year was that movie?
Are you thinking Billy Crystal?
That's City Slickers.
Yeah,
94,
right.
Todd.
94. See, I thought was what's his name from Friends in that movie?
David Schwimmer.
No, the
Matthew
sarcastic
Perry.
one. No,
Matthew
the sarcastic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Perry. Yeah, sorry, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew. Wasn't he in that?
I don't recall that. I guess it's possible, but I don't recall the movie being terrible.
Yeah,
recall
I
it
remember
being
it just
good.
being there.
Let me
You know,
look.
did
Internet
not
Movie
elicit a strong
Database.
reaction.
No, he wasn't in it that I can see.
Except apparently among Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yeah. All right. The next one.
We have to. Well, we just have to. We mentioned that was John Candy's last film, but he died during production of the film.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because it wasn't that he passed away after the movie came out. It happened during the movie, right?
Yeah,
Like the filming of it.
Yeah, yeah. It was during the end of like the production.
Yeah. Next on the list is Troll 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
It just said, never gets old, does it?
No, it does. It doesn't.
And it works every time.
As long as there's a 2 in the movie, then
An ooh. But it probably is not going to be a good job, but this is the troll from the movie. If you can see it on the screen.
it looks like the one He-Man figure.
Yeah.
The
Beastman.
Yeah.
But it says Troll 2 was just it follows a family that is on the run from vegetarian goblins. Now I want to see it.
Vegetarian goblins.
Yeah.
Well, if they're vegetarian, why are you afraid of them? Then they're not going to eat you.
It says the film follows a family that is on the run from vegetarian goblins that intend to mutate them into plants that they could eat.
What kind of gibberish is that?
Okay, now wait a minute. Let's talk about this goblin thing. Okay, what?
Is it a troll or a goblin? The movie's called Trolls, but then they just called it a goblin.
Nah, potato.
Well, I mean, but beyond that, what is scary about a goblin other than it's frightening looking? I mean, what does a goblin do that causes mayhem and
He's scary because you don't want him gobbling you.
Gobble gobble goo. Don't let the goblin gobble you.
But do goblins eat people?
No, these don't. These only eat plants.
But
Well,
they
it
have to turn the
turns
people
into plants and they can eat them.
How? How do they? Are they magic goblins?
They're trolls.
They're hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
Why don't they
Well-
just eat the plants? Why do they have to turn the people into plants?
Spite.
Well,
Well-
there's actually a very underrated horror movie that's always on like those best horror movies that you've never heard of type list, and it's called Trolls. And I believe it's like a Swedish movie or something. It's foreign, and the trolls in it, the trolls in it are giant. And I always thought a troll was a. Didn't you think a troll was a smaller type of creature?
Yeah, I do.
It lives under
like
bridges.
Yeah.
It has to have a little bit of size, smallness to live under that underpass crook, like that.
But I guess if you ever think about it, that's not exactly small under a bridge.
That's true.
But
Well, if you're living up under the where the bridge meets the land up there.
Yeah.
well, I assume they lay there horizontally so they can. Doesn't matter how tall they are. Clearly, I've given this a lot of thought.
This feels like a symposium on how layeth the troll.
Got comments. Hello, Maxwell. Welcome.
Maxwell.
Gary talking about the Selleck mustache equals Samson's hair. That is
Yes.
correct. Also mentions the Three Amigos.
Oh yeah.
But the Three Amigos.
Love the Three Amigos.
I guess that would be on the comedian action side sort of thing.
Yeah.
Savannah Brown, another Hall of Famer with us. Welcome.
Howdy.
Maxwell also thought about, we were talking about Pixar trolls.
I
Now
can
they
see
could
that.
definitely fit under a bridge.
Now, Wifey thinks of trolls as cute little guys with fuzzy hair. I think
Yeah.
trolls inherently are ugly. Those cute trolls, those aren't really trolls.
These are the kind of trolls that are after the Billy Goat's gruff.
And then what? I'm going to throw a third one in there. What about ogres? You got trolls, you got goblins, and you got ogres. What's the difference?
Good question.
I think ogres are big, like Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds. He's a big dude.
Yes.
And he's crass, and he's, spitting beer all over people and belching, and just a crass sort of big old oaf of a person.
Well, I found this. As nouns, the difference between troll and goblin is that troll is fantasy, a supernatural being of varying size, now especially a grotesque humanoid creature living in caves or hills or under bridges. Goblins, fantasy literature, a mythical, malevolent phantom of grotesque, diminutive humanoid, a kobold.
You, sir, are malevolent.
There's yeah, but they notice both of them were kind of grotesque.
They don't say ugly. That's offensive. But if they're grotesque,
Yeah.
So if
One of
you
these
were to
days,
put
we got to figure
troll-
out where ogres fit into it as well.
So
Well-
trolls and goblins, if you were to put them in the Venn diagram, grotesque would be the thing in the middle where the two circles meet, right?
Well, as always, you can count on Reddit. I'll send this to you guys later. But there is a what is the difference between goblins, trolls, and ogres question, and their very first comment says, "Oh, any reason you missed out on us orcs?" So I forgot there's a fourth one. We're better than any of those puny goblins, trolls,
they're
or ogres.
orcist.
Goblins are some nasty critters, is all this person says.
So, okay, then what's the difference between a goblin and a hobgoblin?
I don't know. This comment is, the person says they're trolls. Well, there are many varieties of trolls, but there's a few things they all have in common. And then it goes on they're wicked. And then it says ogres. Well, ogres aren't the threat goblins are, nor trolls really, but they're right nasty as it is.
So in the hierarchy of malevolence, trolls, goblins, then ogres?
Yeah, ogres are a nuisance. They kill for territory and for pride amongst their own, but you don't have to worry about them scaling the walls or organizing a raid. Now, kobolds, there's a right nasty booger.
I don't even know what I don't know what a kobold is.
Isn't
This
it a
person's-
car by Chevy?
Exactly.
This person, no, kobold, not cobalt. It's KOBOLD.
Oh,
But this person says wetness. That's actually the easiest way of putting it. That and size. So the difference between ogres, goblins, and trolls and orcs is apparently wetness. I don't know if they mean like some sweat more than others or what, but
Or they live in water.
there you
Yes.
go. That's probably it. Sorry, Brady. Didn't mean to hijack your.
oh no! Very
Was
that
was
was
Jennifer Aniston? No, she was in the Leprechaun too. She was
Well,
in.
there's another
like
thing
Google
right
it.
here. Got leprechauns and goblins and trolls and
Oh my!
Ogres and kobolds and orcs.
Here.
got comments here.
I bet we do.
Yes, Miss Wilson, the worst I've almost seen, as she fell asleep halfway through, is The Villain, with a Roadrunner Coyote Western with Kirk Douglas as the bad guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the hero, and Anne Margrock as the damsel in distress.
I love me some Anne Margrock.
Yes. Welcome, Katie. I'm
Hey,
not sure
Katie.
you've been here before.
Hello, Katie.
All the way from Maryland.
Maryland. That's pretty cool. We got
Yeah.
an East Coast listener. Very cool.
East Coast,
Now,
West Coast,
the next movie is not cool.
Texas.
And it will not take a genius to figure this one out why it's bad. Exorcist to the Heretic.
Heretic.
Sacrilege!
Heresy.
Heresy! Blasphemy.
Blaspheme.
But it just said that The Exorcist 2 was not good. It's just one of the worst films ever made because, like I said, there was just nothing. It was just, it got campy instead of truly frightful.
Now,
So-
I like The Exorcist 3 with George C. Scott.
Not
It
to
was
be
pretty
confused
good.
with George Scott. That'd be George C. Scott.
Okay. George F. Scott. I was thinking F. Scott Fitzgerald. Sorry, that was a oh my. Hold on. I accidentally hit the ad.
Come on.
Now I'm a
Your phone's toast now. You get
my phone
bombarded
is
with
toast. Good Lord. Sorry guys. Man, I'm really far behind. And I can't even remember what's next on the list. Sorry, guys. I could skip ahead.
Go
Jaws 2.
ahead. Jaws 2.
Oh, I don't mind Jaws 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
I'm surprised Jaws 2's on there because usually Jaws 4 is the one that gets all of the crap.
Well, they said that Jaws 2 is the reason it is so hated is because the first one was so good. And I guess this one was very artificial looking and the script was bad. It wasn't fearful. It was just, just more shark and less story arc.
Did it jump the shark?
Eh.
Jumped itself?
So, Jaws, okay? Why not just stay on the land? The Jaws won't get you.
You could say that about a lot of...
Well, that's why Piranha 2 was good because they mutated with flying fish and they could fly on land.
That's why Sharknado was so good too. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't dodge a flying shark.
Piranhas and flying. Come on. Is that on your list? That's terrible.
No, that's great. Nobody hates that.
That's right.
It might be a bad movie, but nobody hates it. But they did hate Ishtar.
Oh, yeah.
With Dustin Hoffman and Warren, is it Warren Beatty?
Warren
Or
Beatty.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah. But it was just a duo of bad comedy writers that travel to Morocco for a show and they get caught in a Cold War standoff. Do we need to say more about that?
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
I just remember it being a major bust back in the day. I never saw it.
Well, I think that is universally known as the worst movie in the history of movies.
Yeah, it's supposed to be bad, and never
I'm not
saw
sure
it.
if I saw it either.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
No. Todd,
Yes.
are you ready for this?
I'm not ready. If you're going to tell me what I think you're going to tell me, are you going to tell me what I think you're going to tell me?
The movie Hobgoblins.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me something different. I thought you were going to throw Grease 2 at me. I was going to walk off the podcast.
No, I'm a Grease 2 fan.
Oh, I know you are, but you didn't make the list.
Yeah, it's true.
Rotten Tomatoes may not be a grease.
That's right. So hold that up there. What's the difference between a hobgoblin and a gremlin based on those
that's
pictures?
why this movie is hated, because Hobgoblins was a low-budget ripoff of Gremlins that came, like when Michael Keaton's Batman came out. That was filmed in, like, Yugoslavia or something.
Well, I mean, it's not like Gremlins was exactly big budget looking.
No, it's not. But what is funny is said it has become a cult classic because of its poor quality and was brought into cult classic mega status by Mystery Science Theater 3000.
That can save any movie.
Yes.
Any movie.
All right, so back to Hobgoblins versus Goblins. So although they were initially thought to be the same, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, I guess that's where goblins and hobgoblins first appeared. I didn't know. Makes a distinction between goblins and hobgoblins, where the latter, hobgoblins, are depicted as bigger in size with more powers. After realizing his mistake, J.R.R. Tolkien rectified it, which means that hobgoblins are neither bigger nor more powerful than goblins.
Nor are they goblins. Are they goblins?
I don't know.
Or why are there not? Why are there no hob ogres or hob orcs?
A hobgoblin is a household spirit, typically appearing in folklore, once considered helpful, but since the spread of Christianity has often been considered mischievous. Shakespeare identifies the character of Puck in his A Midsummer Night's Dream as a hobgoblin.
I thought Puck was a pan. But anyway,
Yeah. Right.
but oh geez,
As
Totally
in
lost
Peter
track.
Pan?
yeah, well, like don't they have hooves?
Yeah.
A pan flute was played by a pan. It's a Greek mythical, and for real,
No, do pans have flute or pans have flutes? Pans have hooves? Hooves?
hooves. I believe they do.
Hooves.
A hooved creature.
I had no idea that pans had hooves.
Oh. I didn't either.
I did not know that.
So the
Wow.
pan played a flute, and Zamfir played a pan flute.
And hopefully some fear didn't play a pan.
All right, here
And
is
not Ian Robinson. Ian, what's the guy's name from I had a Jethro Tull joke and I blew it.
Ian. Oh, daggone it.
Is it
Hunter.
Robinson?
McDonald.
Ian McDonald?
Ian McDonald. Yes.
Only he can play the flute on one leg with his other, crane style, with one leg bent in, making a number 4 with his legs.
Oh, I was afraid where you were going with that.
No,
Then I didn't.
There is a pan. Hooved feet. Ram's horns.
Heed.
well, Peter doesn't look like that.
Pardon me?
Peter is not a pan. His last name is just Pan.
Oh,
I was looking at the picture. It's like, dude.
Right?
Oh, sorry.
don't look like no Peter Iverson.
All right, we have comments. Katie says the first Exorcist is still the only one worth watching multiple times if you want to stay awake all night.
Yeah.
It's good. Very good.
Miss Wilson, remember the quote from Emerson, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds."
Ooh.
The student teacher argued with Flavius that it was a hemogoblin. Becky McConaughey says there's a Jaws 4. I think one is enough.
Jaws
Agreed.
for Revenge with Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Batman's Michael Caine.
John says Savannah's birthday was January 9th. We'll sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Savannah.
Happy birthday.
By the way,
Katie.
Eric, Ian McDonald was King Crimson. I didn't think that was correct. It's Ian Anderson is the...
Ian Anderson. Okay.
Yeah.
Got my Ians mixed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
All right. Katie, as a child, I knew better than to watch Grease 2. I still refuse to watch it. Call it woman.
You're missing out, Katie. It is truly better than the original.
Hey, shall I put on the soundtrack in the background so we can... Reproduction.
Reproduction. Put your poly tube to work. And you know, I just nailed that, didn't you, Todd?
So to speak.
Yeah. Well, here's my tagline for Grease 2. If there wouldn't have
Electric
been a
Boogaloo.
Grease 1, Grease 2 would be a huge hit. It would have been a huge, huge hit. But because of Grease 1 and Grease 2 is put out as more of a farce, it was never taken seriously, but it was as good as Grease 1.
All right.
No less ridiculous than Grease 1.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer or Olivia Newton-Johns?
Olivia's, Newton's, John's, or I'm going to go with Michelle Pfeiffer, but again, Adrian Zmed or John Travolta.
Maxwell
Zmed.
Caulfield.
Or
Adrian-
Frankie Avalon.
Adrian Zmed, for a period of about 3 years, was one of the biggest stars in the universe, and then inexplicably just disappeared.
he could have stopped with Bachelor Party and called it a career.
Well,
Yeah.
was that pre TJ Hooker or after or post TJ Hooker?
This would be pre-Hooker.
Pre.
He shouldn't have stopped then. He would have never done TJ Hooker.
Well, no, I'm just saying that Bachelor Party is
Well,
enough to.
You had
You know.
Grease 2. You had Zapped, right?
Yep.
Right? Am I right?
Right. You had Bachelor Party and you had TJ's Hooker. So you had all those things.
Oh man.
We need to have a viewing of Grease 2 with our audience sometime. A live viewing.
Well, Katie and
Katie?
Becky McConaughey would not be in.
I was just say, if we led you through it, would you do it? Would you watch it with us? And we promise that you will not be disappointed.
Great movie.
Becky McConaughey says, "Amen, Katie. No Grease 2. Electric Boogaloo."
Boo.
Foo.
Miss Wilson, Pan comes from mythology, part man, part goat, born from Hermes.
pote.
And
What's
a
it say? Why do they call it a
dryad.
pote? Or a gan?
Why did we just pick the P when it says part? It should have been moat.
Celia.
Miss Wilson always drops that knowledge.
Yes, she fills in the cracks in our conversation
Yes,
with this
yes.
knowledge. Celia, no contest, Travolta. She says.
Well,
You know, she's a big fan of Grease too.
I'm a Travolta fan, but Zmed. I mean, Zmed was pretty good in that movie.
Oh, but yeah, Zmed was solid.
He was because here's why I like Zmed better. He didn't take himself as seriously as John Travolta.
Yeah.
Travolta
as
almost
Danny.
overacted it.
He
I
did.
think Zmed hit it right where it needed to be.
If you want to see, there's no almost when it comes to the one song where he does the where Danny does that. What is the song? I can't think
Summer
of the
Nights.
song. Is it Summer Nights where he does the real overacting moaning? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Zmed doesn't do that.
Celia says 4 words. Zmed was a fool.
This is coming from my own house. I feel like
I
the
Yeah,
the Stranger Who Called Me or whatever that movie is. It's
I was gonna say
Zapped. Grease
Again.
2. Bachelor Party. The whole Zmedley.
Zmed.
nice.
Thank you. Came to me a little bit late, but I had to get it in there.
And I've been corrected, Miss Wilson. Student teacher insisted it was hemoglobin, not goblin.
Ooh.
Ah.
As in blood.
And I'm kind of running over time here on my topic, but I'll just round it off with the number 1 here. And when you see the picture, and I only have to say one word, cats.
Well, if they wouldn't have gone and removed all the cat asshole from the movie before they released it.
No, those cats needed those jewels. All right?
That's right. They need
They needed their
why the movie
twinkle
was-
tushes.
Twinkle Tush. Yeah,
Covering up
that would be
Taylor
awesome.
Swift.
That would be an awesome re-release of that movie, and all the cats were wearing the Tinkle Tushes.
Hey, it wasn't Scooter the Neutered or whatever his name is.
Rhonda agrees.
Thank you,
Grease.
Rhonda.
Grease 2 is so good.
Very good.
Katie says, I loved Olivia's Newton-John and John's Travolta. I think I was around 9 when I saw Grease for the first time. I would literally watch it until its end, then rewatch it all day long. When I found out that ONJ and Travolta weren't in Grease 2, she boycotted the film. Hey, they couldn't have been in Grease 2 because they flew off into heaven.
They were
in a
dead.
car. They were dead.
Yeah.
Yes, we talked about that before, Katie. That was one of the movie alternate endings or alternate.
Well, it's like a theory. It's like a
fan theory. Fan theory.
Fan theory. Yeah, there you go. That they actually died at the end. Which how else could
Well-
you explain a movie that had no kind of unbelievable, until the end and the car flies away? I mean,
Well, if I remember correctly, in that theory, Olivia Newton-John drowned?
yeah, like the whole thing. Yeah, when they
Danny
met that
Zuko
summer.
didn't save her.
Yeah.
And she created all this in her mind or in her post-death mind.
Well, but here's the thing. They weren't in it, but Pinky was it. Was her name Pinky?
Yeah, there
So
was a
you-
tie.
Frenchie.
was
Frenchie,
the
not
tie.
Pinky.
Yes.
Yeah, she had pink hair. Yeah.
You're thinking of Pinky Tuscadero.
Yeah, Frenchie was in it, and so was Balmuda,
Balmuda, yes.
the rival gang, bike gang guy.
And
Yeah.
don't come at me with Pinky Tuscadero. Leather Tuscadero. Now you're talking. Leather all over Pinky. No, not even close. Not even close. Susie and the Banshees.
I love Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah, Susie Quattro. That was Leather Tuscadero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susie Sue is of Susie and the Banshees.
Right. Susie Quattro is the one I'm. Again, I got my names mixed up. My Ians and my Susies.
You got your Susie mixed up.
Wifey says, I never thought they died. You ruined the movie for me, my dear. It's just a fan theory. I happen to go along with it. I think it works.
Ching,
Katie
ching,
says-
chingity, ching, shabab, Eric.
I will have to go back and watch it, but I think I may like this theory.
Was Maxwell Caulfield in any other movie other than Grease 2?
Wasn't
He was a big I think he was big in Australia because that's where he's from.
Right.
I saw he was on a TV series briefly, like that when he was a little bit older. I think they tried to get him into some kind of TV vehicle, but it just never took off.
Once again,
I
Internet
take
Movie Database to the rescue.
He's actually not Australian. He's British.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Which one was Dinah Manoff in? She was in the original Grease, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Diana Manoff was in Grease too.
Was she?
I believe so.
She was the one that got No, she wasn't the one that got the nose job.
No.
Brady
You're
keeps
thinking,
hitting his cauldron. He keeps
I know. I'm
smacking
banging the cauldron.
You're thinking of Stockard's Channing.
Stockers Channing she didn't get the nose job.
She was in Grease 1.
Yeah, she was in Grease
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Lorna Luft was in Grease 2, which is Judy Garland's daughter.
Really?
Zmed. Christopher McDonald in Grease 2.
Shooter McGavin.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Shooter McGavin was in it.
Dee Dee Khan. Yes. Frenchie was the tie-in. Eve Arden was in both. Forgot that. Sid Caesar also.
So
Jodie Goodman.
did you look at was Dinah Manoff in Grease 2?
I'm still looking.
Okay.
Tab Hunter. Eugene was in both. So there was more in both than I thought.
I just found out Dinah Manoff was in the original Grease. She was Marty Maraschino.
All right. That's right. All right. Rhonda, Pink Ladies. Correct. And the Beckys, McConaughey and Fiskus, swearing that they did not die. They didn't die. The theory is that she died. She drowned in Australia. Danny Zuko did not save her. So therefore, in her death, she fantasized this fantastical story.
Yeah.
Where they flew away in a convertible.
Which, if he didn't save her, then you definitely got to give the thumbs up to Zmed because.
Zmed for the win.
And Zmed was a hell of a bowler.
We're seriously Zmed pushers on this show.
We got Zmed in the head.
Zmedify.
Oh, Andy.
Ooh, Andy.
Anything else, Brady?
Nope. I think we can move on from here. We can't top that.
No, we can't. All right. Visit our website. Now you can point, gentlemen. www.playitbyyourpodcast.com. There you can find how to become a member of our show. And we talked about our Hall of Famers. And they became Hall of Famers by visiting our website and going to the membership support tab and scrolling down to where you'll find the Buy Me a Coffee link, which I'll get it shared here in a moment. I'm slow.
Do it for our country.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
All right, so you can scroll down to that little Buy Me a Coffee link at the bottom there. You see our list of Hall of Famers, which include those in the room with us: Savannah, Allison, Rhonda, in addition to Chuck Griffin, Jessica Longacre, Christy, and Joe Rocky. All have went to that Buy Me a Coffee link. That's our crowdsourcing website, and you can become a member of the podcast.
Thank you for our Hall of Fame members.
Thank you for your support.
Yes. Your yes.
Katie, thank you for laughing at our inanity and shenanigans. All right, Todd, the 20 minutes or ish are yours.
All right. Well, that was just way too fun. I'm going to bring it to some seriousness here with some our first "Am I the Asshole" of 2022. How's that sound, gentlemen?
Go for it.
Sounds good.
All right. So for those of you unaware with this Reddit subthread, it is called AITA. That stands for what, Eric?
Am I the asshole?
Yes. Or what, Brady?
The asshole.
Or the
Anus.
Yes, am I the Anus? And all this is people, if you're unfamiliar, it's people that write into Reddit and kind of explain their situation, and they're asking the public if they are an asshole or not. And I think that that's all I need to say. So I'm going to go ahead and get right started. This one says, it says, "Am I the asshole for setting a glitter trap to catch my mother-in-law trying to snoop?" All right. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys and our audience.
Lie to us.
I don't read these ahead of time. I scan through looking for the title because it has the title in bold above it. And I pick them based on that, but I don't read them. So for some weird reason, my mother-in-law really wants to go into our bedroom whenever she comes over. On one occasion, I followed her as she went upstairs. I was going to get something for my child as the bedrooms are upstairs, and she walked past the bathroom on the main floor and up the stairs behind it. She didn't hear me, and I caught her walking straight into my room and rifling through bills on my dresser. She denied snooping, even though I just watched her do it, and said she was just going to use our bathroom because she couldn't find the other ones.
Ran out of toilet paper.
She walked right past the one on the main floor and another one in the upstairs hallway to go into our bedroom. Since that happened, I installed an exterior doorknob that requires a key on our bedroom door and one on the door to our office/spare bedroom. However, she's still always forgetting where the bathroom is and trying the bedroom and office door. This really ticks me off. My husband says that I just get annoyed at this because everything she does drives me crazy, and since we've put locks on the rooms we don't want her in, there isn't really a problem anymore. Well, over the holidays, we had my in-laws over for dinner, and before they came, I was searching for the bedroom keys. We hadn't used them in a while since we only lock the doors when my mother-in-law comes over. My husband told me we didn't need to lock the doors since she wouldn't try to get into the rooms, and I insisted that she would because she loves to snoop. We went back and forth and decided to cover the doorknobs in superfine glitter to see if she tried them.
You sneezed on the glitter.
I did this once before when my husband didn't believe me about the snooping to prove she'd been in the rooms. Last time she ignored the glitter, and we didn't say anything about it, but then my husband couldn't deny that she'd tried to snoop. So this time I covered the doorknobs in glitter, and for the office, went a touch further and rigged a little folder of glitter over the door to the office before the in-laws came over. I left it one side unlocked, French doors, and it was set so if you walked in the room, you would get covered in glitter. I can kind of see where this is headed. I mean, I think everybody can. Husband goes out of his way to show his mom the main floor bathroom when they get there, and specifically ask his parents and sister not to go upstairs. There's a baby gate, so the kids can't get upstairs either. Well, guess who had to go to the bathroom and got covered in glitter and had it all over their hands and hair? She completely lost it and started screaming at me, so I yelled back, and now my husband is saying I went too far and I am the asshole. My mother-in-law also says I'm the asshole, but sister-in-law says I didn't do anything wrong, and my mother-in-law deserved it for snooping. Father-in-law is in Switzerland. Apparently, her car is ruined now too because it's covered in glitter that she can't get cleaned up. So, am I the asshole?
I think that is ingenious. Is what I think.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing though. Just because it's brilliant and genius doesn't mean she's not an asshole.
Well, that's true. But I still don't think she's an asshole.
She's not. Not the least. It is ridiculous that this lady was snooping. I'm laughing at the word snooping because when I think of somebody snooping, I don't really think of them like looking at just like when you are snooping, you must be making this face when you're looking at things.
That's a requirement.
Yes, exactly.
And
Other than that,
and your glasses have to be like
Exactly.
down on the end of your nose.
and your
Or
mouth
your monocle.
muscles- your mouth muscles must be pulling down.
Did I break Eric with?
I about lost it on monocle. You caught me mid drink.
I'm going to bring back the monocle. I got to start smoking a pipe and wearing a monocle. That's how I'm going to retire.
But it
Smoking
can't be-
jacket.
Just
It
look at
can't be a-
everything.
It can't be a straight pipe. It's got to be one of those curved Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah,
Pipes.
and a monocle and a houndstooth jacket.
A Baskerville houndstooth jacket.
Now wait a minute. A Baskerville houndstooth jacket or a velvety robe.
Yes.
One of the
Both.
One of the two.
Yeah,
What'd you say, Todd?
both. You wear both.
At the same time.
All right, so there is an update on this. I can't believe this blew up. This is the original. I can't believe this blew up, and I wanted to say thank you for all the support. My husband woke up and found this post, and I think the comments have been an eye-opener. Because, by the way, this person was voted as not the asshole. We are going to start couples therapy in January, so I think that will be great for us. I'm not laughing at the couples therapy. There's nothing wrong with that, but the fact that like she's talking about how this is like, is this what caused the couples therapy? Like, was this the straw that broke the camel's back?
I would say mother-in-law calls the couples therapy.
And then she says, which I'm assuming she got ridiculed for the how unsafe the glitter was for the environment. I will be ordering some cellulose glitter that is biodegradable and safer for future projects.
She says tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
The audience has voted. Savannah, not the a-hole. Allison very simply says, I'm going to try that.
So I'm assuming she's saying not the a-hole.
Trev, creativity, 10
Hey,
out of
Trevor, how's it
10.
going, buddy?
Yeah, try.
Becky McConaughey, I think she's a genius, so I will take that as a not the a-hole vote. Kyle, wish I had an upstairs.
By the way, Kyle, how you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, you doing better?
My nephew Kyle looks like he's feeling at least well enough to type us. If he's feeling well enough to chime in on our shenanigans, then he's definitely heading in the right direction.
On the up and up.
We are the salve for the soul.
Kyle, I think you could probably carry that out whether you have an upstairs or not. Just your public service announcement.
Yes.
John, not the a-hole, but funny. Indeed.
Oh man.
Becky did clarify her vote, not the a-hole. Rhonda, she's not an asshole.
And as you'll.
As you'll.
Blue.
Katie goes more into specifics here. I think the mother-in-law should respect boundaries. I think that daughter-in-law did her due diligence in solving the case instead of just pointing fingers with zero evidence. And I'm so grateful for her hilarious sleuthing
skills.
Sleuthing.
Monocles are good for sleuthing too.
The sleuts.
Yes, and you have to make that face if you're wearing a monocle. Trev says doing well and clarifies not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Kyle doing better.
Good to hear, Kyle.
Yep. Gary needs something other than glitter. Why have that mess in your house? That's a good point.
That is a good point.
like an Acme anvil.
All right, Wiley. Good work.
All right. Are we moving on?
Yes, we're moving.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my fiance to not put ketchup on some foods? When I saw this headline, it reminded me of Brady.
This one's made for Brady.
Yeah, I know the title sounds weird, but please hear me out. I, 28 male, and my fiance, 29 female, have our wedding planned for next year. We've been together for about 3 years. I have a weird problem with ketchup due to an incident that happened when I was younger.
Why do I feel like
can't wait to hear
fake
about
blood?
My parents used to put it on my vegetables, and it made me very sick. I feel nauseous seeing ketchup put on some foods. This person can't be that old, or they'd be spelling it CATSUP. My parents used to put fancy catsup on my vegetables.
So, okay, now wait a minute. What vegetable are you putting catsup on other than potatoes?
A parsnip.
Well, I think that's the point. Is that was the way that maybe her parents tried to get her to eat, or him to eat vegetables, is to put ketchup on them. Kind of like people swathering stuff in ranch.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
My fiance loves to put ketchup on her food. I made a steak dinner with French fries. She put ketchup on top of her steak, and I could feel myself becoming nauseous. There's the Brady. There's the Brady coming out. I ran to the bathroom and came out saying, "Honey, can you not put ketchup on certain foods?" She looked at me and says, "No. Just because you have a problem with ketchup does not mean I have to stop enjoying it on my foods." She went off to our bedroom, and I did try talking to her, but she told me to leave her alone. She told some of her friends what happened, and a few reached out saying I was out of line and controlling. Am I the asshole for telling my fiance to not put ketchup on some foods? I like the way they keep repeating it that way, like on some foods.
Some foods. I think we need a more specific list of foods here.
All right, I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of. So first off, I don't necessarily think this person is an asshole. I mean, in the people that do just instantly say asshole, are you telling me that you never have a disagreement with your spouse? That's what gets me about this thread. The people jump on these people acting like their relationships are perfect. There's nothing wrong with having this disagreement about ketchup. If it gets to the point where like you can't even be in the same room, or like it's a major fight, or it turns violent or something, then we have a problem. But a disagreement about ketchup on some foods, I see nothing wrong with that.
This week on Cops, domestic dispute, ketchup.
On the other hand, this guy reminds me of one of those, "Oh, good steak, you don't need to have A1 on it." Bullshit, I like the taste of A1. And if it's a good steak, it's even better with A1 on it. Don't tell me that I'm trying to cover up a subpar steak by putting A1 on it. I like the taste of A1. When I'm done eating it with my steak, I dip bread in it. I run my mashed potatoes through it.
Would you take a big old swig of it?
Yeah, I probably would. But you've met those people that just act like you're just a moron if you put anything on steak. And I think that's this guy's biggest problem is she put it on his steak that he made. I think he's insulted because she put ketchup on his steak.
Now, I don't remember in the story where was he specifically talking about the steak, because the meal was steak and fries.
She said, he made her a steak dinner with fries, and she put ketchup on top of her steak, and I could feel myself becoming nauseous. So I can't imagine this is the first time that he's seen her put ketchup on something, and he doesn't say a ketchup on no foods, some foods. Specifically his steak, because you shouldn't have to put anything on a good steak, so this guy says. So because of that, he's the asshole.
Ketchup on steak, I mean, okay, whatever. Now ketchup on like Jell-O, now maybe we're itching for a fight here, but
especially if it's got fruit in it.
Fruit and little
peaches and cream of wheat with ketchup
and cheese.
You put ketchup on your grape nuts, then we got problems.
Oh, we have comments, of course.
I'm sure I ruffled feathers of my my A1
Actually, no, I don't see
Okay.
any. Katie, maybe I'll rethink this relationship for the rest of their lives. This will be an argument. And as arguments go, I don't think it's very serious.
I mean, if they're physically hurting each other with ketchup, like squirting it in their eyes and stuff, then we got a problem.
Or maybe you go to couples therapy and you find different uses for ketchup. Maybe
There
that
you go.
saves the marriage.
There you go.
There you go.
Becky, yes, a-hole, moron.
Is she calling us a moron?
No, I think she's calling the guy. Savannah, not the a-hole. Johnny's ketchup on fish. It grossed me out at first, but now I'm fish.
Savannah, I have a question. Does he eat it on breaded fist or like baked fist? Because I eat ketchup on my fish sandwich, my breaded fish sandwiches. No tartar sauce for me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I don't eat ketchup, but I could see it.
Yeah.
Like you're ketchuping the breading, not
Exactly.
the fist.
Yeah. Really don't need the fist. You just need the breading on the bun and ketchup.
Right. Katie, it sounds like it was already to that point. She literally left the table after he left the table to drive. Anyway,
I just picture her getting the ketchup out, him going, put it away, put it away.
Exactly.
we really hit a sore spot with Becky here. It's ketchup. Give me my break.
Now I will say this: if it's anything other than Heinz ketchup, then I do have a problem with it. Don't bring the Del Monte. Don't bring the
Hunts.
Gold. Don't bring the Hunts. It's Heinz or the highway, baby.
That is the only thing about a Pittsburgh Steeler that's acceptable. Heinz ketchup.
Although Flip Daddies, which I don't think I think they're all gone. They had they had a ketchup they sold at Flip Daddies that was based out of Chicago, like a Chicago company. It was like a sweet ketchup. It was really good. Sweet ketchup.
John says not the asshole. Q. Gary says A1 hole. Is that Todd?
That's me.
Yeah.
Boy, that sounds like it would burn. I think the ketchup was on her
That's
steak.
Katie.
Yeah.
Joey tunes in for
Joey.
ketchup on steak. Damn. Yes. Joey, your timing is always impeccable.
Impeccable. Joey, I was up in your neck of the woods last weekend. And it was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Those Lake Erie winds.
I will admit that I have eaten ketchup on steak.
I have as well. Trev says maybe his food sucks.
Hey,
That could be.
he brought out the possum
maybe-
steak.
Maybe that's the underlying problem. Maybe his food sucks.
It's kind of what I was getting at, though. Like, I think there's a deeper issue here. Again, he's either one of these people that think you shouldn't put anything on a steak, or he looks at it as an insult to his food. And I can't imagine that. I mean, the actual ketchup is the problem.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
Right.
It's just a condiment covering up what is truly the matter.
I think the same thing about Brady's anti-condiment stance. It's a metaphor for something.
It is.
No. I just don't like wet food. Anything.
Well, I don't
anything.
Now you did it.
Bun in a sink, Todd.
Oh
Bun in a
my
sink.
God. I instantly have a flashback to that wet ice cream cone beside the pool at Lake Winoka when I was a kid. Just an entire damn wet ice cream cone. The ice cream being wet was gross enough as it swirled around and actually dripped into the pool. It was the cone, though. It was the
Cone carnage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I don't even want to see a wet morsel off a strawberry crunch bar next to the pool. Those the ice cream with the
It looks like aquarium gravel in an ice cream
exactly,
bar.
yeah.
Becky's still going on, and he's a big baby. That really hit a nerve with you, Becky. It did. Joey, bro, mayo on pub fries, so good. Never had mayo on pub fries. Maybe try that some. Brady will not try that.
Nope.
Savannah says, a-hole, John eats ketchup on fish. Yeah, grossed me out first. You should overlook their quirks, she says. Rhonda, her husband yells at her and the boys, her sons, for putting ketchup on hot dogs. It's the only time.
Hat dags.
Hat dags. I don't think he's an asshole because I think it's a Chicago dog thing. You know, I used to be a ketchup on hot dog guy. Now I don't do that so much. It's mustard and dill relish. Brady.
I like ketchup and mustard. You act like you can't have both on there. I mean, you can go with both.
So you could.
The orange condiment and miasma of doom.
Katie
Now,
says, I can't even with this one. I don't think if either one of them is an a-hole. I think they need some couples counseling.
Now, I will say this. Celia likes relish, Eric, so you and her would get along well at the hot dog stand, but
it's gotta be dill relish.
What's the difference between dill relish and...
Not that sweet relish.
Oh, you don't like sweet relish? No swellish?
I mean, I won't turn it down if it happens to be on the hot dog, but it's not my go-to. Trev going with the American argument. This is America. She can put whatever she wants on whatever food. People judge me for putting ketchup on Gold Star.
Trevor, as your favorite uncle, I will never judge you for putting ketchup on Gold Star because I too put ketchup on my Gold Star and Skylines. On both my Conies and my Sketties.
Ooh, on your Sketties?
On my chili Sketties, yeah. Gotta have something to moisten up those bean skins so they don't stick to the roof of your mouth for the next 3 days. All right, let's move on here. My time's out, and I've only gotten through 2 of these daggone things. All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for being mad that my boyfriend dedicated his book to O.J. Simpson instead of me? My boyfriend of 5 years has many great traits, but the one very weird quirk is that he's convinced O.J. didn't do it. He's seen every documentary and miniseries and still thinks O.J. is innocent. His explanation of who he thinks did it is probably even crazier than O.J. truthers, but he's not a conspiracy theorist other than this, so I mostly let it go. He spends a lot of time reading about and watching O.J.-related content, and it's just become a hobby that I ignored. He recently self-published a book unrelated to O.J. It's just science fiction. I read all his drafts and helped him edit. Perhaps narcissistically, I thought I would be the person to whom he dedicated the book. It wasn't until I ordered it that I opened and saw it was dedicated to effing OJ.
OJ.
Now I know it's his right to do whatever he wants, but I wouldn't have been upset if he dedicated it to his mom or something. But he's never met OJ. He said he hoped the book would go big, people would buy it and be thrown off by the dedication, which talks about OJ being innocent. And this would be open the Pandora's box to the world. I asked him, why not just write a book about OJ then? And he said because it would be harder to market given that he wasn't involved in the case and isn't in law. So his hope was to write a science fiction book. Seemed odd to me because he's not usually a writer. That would be the next viral novel with the secret agenda of highlighting OJ. He also was hoping OJ himself would see it. I'm aware OJ isn't even in jail. My boyfriend acts like he is. He says even if OJ is free, he's not truly free because people only know him as the man who killed his wife and not as a great athlete. He's telling me none of this affects me, so I'm in the wrong to be so offended. But come on, this just feels like delusion, and it makes me angry that I helped him edit a book that turned out to be some OJ-related secret plot.
Wow.
Chalk that up as...
A lot to unpack here. Quite a bit. So the fact that she's upset that he dedicated the book to O.J. Simpson is strange, but that the dude actually believes that O.J. is innocent. This man is either delusional and has lost touch with reality, or he's just trying to gin up some some publicity for his book by making a shocking dedication. Like, I'm dedicating this to Charles Manson, like something like that.
Well, it all but admitted that. That's exactly why he did it.
Yeah.
That's what he said, which I think is the coolest part of this is that he comes up with this plan. He's not a writer. He writes a science fiction novel, all just so he can put a dedication to OJ in hopes that OJ will eventually see it. Why not just write OJ a letter if you're that obsessed and you want it?
If I wrote it.
Seems like a lot of trouble to go. Seems like a lot of trouble to go through just to say hi to OJ.
I'm seriously not making this lightheartedly. Seriously, it kind of reminds me, where John Hinckley Jr. Shot President Reagan because he wanted Jodie Foster to notice him.
Right.
This guy seems like he created this book to get OJ to notice him.
Yeah.
And what happens then? Do you really want someone like OJ noticing you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gary.
I
Gary?
got to get to these comments. I'll get to that one. Trev, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything, even if it is juice. Becky, OJ is so guilty and an a-hole. This person is not the a-hole. Savannah also agrees, not the a-hole. Gary, if the book is writ, you must acquit. Nice.
Awesome.
John, not the Azel. Katie, conspiracy theory. Maybe the boyfriend totally wrote this article pretending to be the girlfriend to hype up his book. Ooh.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
All right. Here's a short one. Am I the asshole for refusing to shave my beard for my sister's wedding? I don't even need to read this to say no. Your sister's an asshole for asking you to shave her beard.
Does
her
he
beard.
look like ZZ Top?
Does it matter though? I mean, I don't care if his beard goes down to his middle toe.
That he uses to control.
He uses it. Yeah. So my sister is getting married in a week, and I'm a member of the wedding party. She asked me several months ago if I'd be willing to shave my beard, and I said no. She seemed all right about it then, but since then, she's continued to bring it up and is more insistent. Just yesterday, we had a big fight about it, and now I'm hearing from other family members that I should just go along to make her happy. I think it's a ridiculous request. My sister says that it's not a big deal because it will grow back, but she's not the one who has to walk around waiting for it to grow back. I've had a beard for over 9 years, and I don't see that being a bride entitles her to dedicate everyone else's choices like this. Is she being a bridezilla, or am I just too attached to my beard? Yes, she's being a bridezilla.
Yes.
I'm going to come with a
asshole.
hot take here. Todd, go ahead.
I was done. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite direction on this, not to be oppositional, but for real, he's lied by omission. Something's not adding up here. He said he's had a beard for 9 years. Maybe so. But what if he hasn't cut it in 9 years? What if it is going down to his toes and he looks like the guy on a Mountain Dew bottle?
All right, I'm gonna shred your theory. She has been fine with it up until a week before the wedding. It's not like his beard grew that much in the last couple months.
Maybe she was thinking it's like, oh, he's seriously not going to leave it like that, for my wedding pictures.
He said that she asked him months ago, and he said no. Then he has not misled her. Now, if he's got Tootsie Rolls and dead pigeons,
a bird nest in it.
I mean, I get it.
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll. That's a random candy.
I assume they would be hard to eat if you had a giant mound of face hair. But I am a beardless person, and I am behind this guy. So then when he gets married, then he should be able to ask her to shave her head to be in his wedding. Then.
I was afraid where you're going with that.
I was going to say I didn't know where I was going.
I mean, it's a beard. It's not like if he grew it intentionally for the wedding to be an asshole, that would be different. But he's had a beard for 9 years, and he told her no the first time she asked.
Well, I don't even think it's different then. Let's get down to the base here. You have gone to a bearded person and said, change your appearance for me. No.
You have awakened the bearded dragon with this nonsense.
No.
I agree, Eric.
You have gone to a bearded person.
And guys, for real, I am agreeing with you. But there's something about the way this guy's writ this that I feel like he's leaving something out. Did he dye it purple and he's not telling us?
But we can't assume. That's not an inference. That's just that's just a crazy assumption there. Maybe he did. But bottom line is, how would this be different than asking anyone to change any physical characteristic about themselves to be in your wedding?
Yeah, that's true, especially if you know what you're getting going in, and that's why I'm agreeing. But
Then we just say, okay, so if this bride or groom, it doesn't have to be, in this case, it's the bride, but says, okay, I want everybody in my wedding to have blue eyes, so I need you to get some contact lenses that change your eyes blue, or you're not in my wedding. I mean, I need everyone to...
So, Brady, you mentioned maybe the beard is dyed purple.
yeah, like
Okay, so but again, even if it is, you have gone to said beard dyed purple person and said change your beard. No,
what I'm
you want
saying
me at your
is that
wedding.
it wasn't purple until leading
Well,
up to the wedding.
That's and you beat me to it. The only way I
Yeah.
would go along with that is if she said shave your beard. He said no, I'm dyeing it purple just to piss you off. Then
Yeah,
I would go along with her.
Yeah, and I think I think we touched on that, but again, there's nothing we can't make up our own story here. There's nothing in there about a dying of a beard, no Tootsie Rolls in the beard. It's just a run of the mill beard, and she's being a bridezilla. I will fight to the death anyone who disagrees.
Indeed.
Yeah, to the death.
To the death. I will fight like Adrian Zmed,
in a bar fight at
Fighting-
TJ Hooker.
fighting those lanes in the bowling alley.
TJ's hooker. The audience has voted. Gary, yes, she's the Azel.
Azel. We have a new
Or-
word, by the way.
Azel, or he. So, Gary, are you non-committal there? John, a lot of these people answered even before you got through reading. It was almost
Yeah.
like, I can answer quickly. No, not the Azel. Rhonda Bridezilla is the Azel. Savannah, not the a-hole. Katie, she's the a-hole. Becky, Bridezilla, an a-hole. Kyle, she's the a-hole. Maybe he's got
It's
a
a-hole
small
anonymous.
maybe he's got a small chin or something and wants to hide it. Yeah, indeed, giving
Maybe he's got a tattoo across his mandible that says "My sister sucks."
Then I
You should
would
be
change
happy
it.
he has the beard.
Trev, the only person who has something to do like that is the groom. So is this wedding in Alabama? Dennis, shave the beard, give it to her as a wedding gift.
Oh, it's a box of
Outstanding.
hair. No.
Brady.
No. No, I what's in the box? I was making a 7 joke. What's in the box? Sorry.
Maxwell says he is not the a-hole. Anything else, Todd?
Oh, I'll do one more short one. Am I the asshole for stealing ducks from small children? Disclaimer: this is a very British and polite post, not a serious issue. I live near a duck pond that has one. When they say that, when they give that disclaimer, I think it's definitely a serious issue. I live near a duck pond that has one population of ducks. When there's food, they all go to the same place, and they don't split up and go to different people. I regularly feed these ducks, but today when I got to the pond, there was a group of adults and children putting out seed already. No issue. I politely wait on the other side of the pond and take some pictures of other wildlife. Then the screams start. No one is being tragically murdered. The kids are shouting for the ducks to do something and running towards them when they do come on land. This is super not okay for me, so I threw down duck food on my side of the pond and hijacked the little buttes. Mother of the brats loudly exclaimed to father of the brats that I was a bit bloody cheeky and stole the ducks from her kids. Loud enough for me to hear, but obviously not aimed at me, because polite and no confrontation.
I swear, Brits are the best at just putting people down. Hey, you bloody cheeky.
I understand I did steal them, but I just don't like children being taught it's okay to harass animals. Am I the asshole for duck stealing? Edit unsolicited duck pic in my profile.
Duck pick.
Let's see here. Oh, extra edit. I wasn't expecting so many people to appreciate my DuckTales. Thank you for the awards, and thank you for the comments, which have made me laugh so much. For those of you saying we shouldn't feed ducks, so I'm an asshole for that, it's absolutely not frowned upon to feed ducks in the UK, provided you are feeding them the right stuff. Check the RSPB website or your country's equivalent for a full list of duck-friendly food, and obviously respect the duck's personal space.
So, by the way, if you're going to be reading about a British story, you cannot say harassing the ducks. It's harassing.
Harassing the ducks.
Yes. Bloody cheeky.
It's one of my favorite Peppa Pig moments. I'm a cheeky little snail. You'll just have to watch it.
All right. The audience is voting. Savannah, not the a-hole. Becky, not the a-hole. Katie, mom and dad are the a-holes.
They have taught their
Teach
children not to give a duck.
Your children will not to give a duck. Get out of here. Get out of here. John, not the asshole. I would agree. Not the asshole.
No.
Yeah,
Now,
this is
when that original title was stealing ducks from little kids, I thought he's like walking up behind them and ripping ducks out of their hands or something.
Yeah,
ripping ducks. That sounds like a
hanging onions. And
that sounds like a British phrase for smoking or something.
No,
Says
I was
ripping a duck behind the bar the other night, and
I was thinking a British phrase for intestinal distress. Rip a
I
duck.
seem to be ripping a duck.
so is ripping a duck the same as twisting a bird, Eric? Rook.
Rook.
Mind if I twist a bird, Rook? Have at it. Why not? Have at your bird.
Katie, teach your children well went through her head as well. Maxwell says, is not
Is
the
not.
a-hole. Danny, first of all, you British, so you are an a-hole, but the lesser.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Been a while.
Been a while.
I'm out. I'm done.
Out. Exhausted.
Exhausted.
After this mallard malfeasance.
All right. Once again, our website includes isms. And isms are our Urban Dictionary-ish listing of terms. And we said we had a new term tonight. Azul.
Azul.
Azul. Am I the Azul? Is that what we call this segment from now on?
Yeah.
We just talked about various and sundry stories of. Hold on. I'm a mess here.
A muss.
A muss.
Must.
I must. There we go. We have talked about various and sundry stories of usury, origin from the esteemed earbug Kyle King. Negative, mean-spirited, jerkish, or just plain idiotic actions by a person that have rendered them as having the same qualities as an anus. That guy just showed up to a public event shirtless and cursed out a child. Have you ever seen such an usury?
That was definitely a Brady sentence.
Yes,
Nothing
it
makes
was.
Brady as fiery, spitting mad as someone without their shirt on.
Nothing gets me red-butted. Like,
You got the red butt.
The old baboon butt.
baboon butt.
Hello there, Matt Young.
Matt Young.
Matt.
Like the little Bengal picture there in your profile.
Love it.
Hooday.
Hooday.
All right, so we are
Game
to our
time.
final segment. It's game time, and the game
time.
the game of the evening is Family Feuds Late Night Edition.
Time to put in my sucker.
That's
I'm like
odd,
Sylvester Stallone over the top when he turns his hat around. I got to put in my sucker. Take Brady out.
What is this stuff, Kyle? Bengals suck.
Now, come on, Kyle.
Come on.
You'd have thought being sick, man, would have changed you. Changed you into a Bengals fan.
But what fan is Kyle?
He's
Not
a
one of
Steelers
those-
fan.
One of those Steelers fans.
Yeah.
All right, so late night Family Feud, just like the game show. These questions are maybe a bit more randy than your
Like the cane toad.
like the cane toad. Yes.
You might want to ask the missus to leave.
Speaking of Michael Caine,
All right. So we have 3 rounds of Family Feuds. Round 1 is single points. Round 2 is double points. Round 3 is also double points, and then the game will be over. So it's either that or the first to 300 points. So we have Team A and Team B. Brady is obviously Team B. So Team A goes first. Todd.
Still makes me laugh.
Actually, we have a face-off round to determine who goes first. So
we do.
yeah, here
Wait
we
a minute.
go.
So do we actually see who gets it faster, or do we?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So how we're going to do this is whoever yells out the answer first. Or no, you got to hit your desk. Hit your desk.
Wait a minute.
Eric Brady's gonna hit the cauldron. Enter.
Enter. All right, here we go. Name something in which size matters.
Hot dogs.
You didn't hit your desk.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Survey says.
Oh,
All right, Brady, you get a freebie.
cars.
Cars. Survey says 6. So Brady.
Still trying to wrap my head around why I said hot dogs. Why I opened with hot dogs.
Well,
That's a good question.
Still thinking about that ketchup.
All right. Play or pass, Brady.
I will pass.
Pass. No one
I'm
ever
gonna pass.
No one ever passes.
I'm gonna pass because I don't know. I'm struggling with this one.
All right, Todd. Name something in which size matters.
Can I do a blank/blank because I'm gonna say bank account.
Bank account / wallet.
Yeah, that I was gonna say purse, but
Survey says ding 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 6 points.
Okay.
how
That was
many more do
actually
I have? How many are there? Do I get to
top,
see that?
top 7 answers on the board.
Crap.
Hence why I passed.
Heart.
Heart. Survey says
Bunch
strike
of
1.
assholes out there. Cold-hearted people out there.
Oh, I thought that was your answer.
No. A bunch of assholes.
Size matters.
Yes, depends. I'm going to say house.
House. Survey says
That made me look really shallow, and I was actually banking on everybody else being shallow.
your shallowness exceeds their shallowness. All right.
Size matters.
2 strikes.
Brain.
Brain. Survey says
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. Brady's strategy to pass may pay off here, Brady. If you get an answer right.
Shoes.
Shoes. Survey says number 5 answer, 4 points.
So how did the size of shoes matter more than the size of brain, heart?
I wear a size 12 shoe. If I put on a size 5 shoe, it's gonna matter.
All right, so Brady in round 1 gets
Eked one out there.
16 points.
Eek. Can we see the other answers?
I'm going to tell you the other answers. Okay. All right. Number 7, food portions.
Food portions.
Number 6, bed.
Beds.
Number 2, clothes.
Clothes.
And the number one
we let him go.
Going to need towel.
and the number 1 answer, penis.
Penis.
or,
I noticed
or,
Brady didn't say that one with me. Made me say it on my own.
or, or as Rhonda said, human hot dogs.
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant. Kyle said pants.
That would have worked. Close.
Trev says fishing. Danny says, come on, say boobs and get it over with.
I was getting to the various body parts, but I was counting on people being good and saying
This is
heart. And
Gallbladder.
Well, that does make a difference if it's too
This
large. This is Family Feud Late Night Edition. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Are we ready to hit our desks?
Yep.
Okay, Brady is ahead 16-0. Name a famous duo, real or fictional. Yes.
Didn't hit his desk.
Brady.
Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates. Oh. Todd.
Blasphemy.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. Survey says, ding, 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 ding. Number one answer.
Number one.
Yes. Player pass, Todd.
How many are on the board?
Top 5 answers on the board.
I'll play.
Okay. Name a famous duo, real or fictional.
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher. Survey says, ding. Number 3 answer. 13 points.
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash. Survey says,
I figured as much. Wow. Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel. Survey says, strike 2.
Sorry, I'm reading Danny's answer.
No looking at Facebook comments.
Sorry, that popped up. I get to steal, right?
No, that's my first
Oh.
strike.
That's your second strike.
Second strike.
Second strike. Yeah. That's what I meant. Man. Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. Survey says, ting. Number 2 answer.
And how many do I have left?
You have 2 more left.
Crap.
Brady, be thinking of an answer.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starskis and Hutch.
win.
Survey says, All right, Brady, give an answer. You got all the points.
You looking at his phone or what? What's he doing there? What's he looking at?
No, I'm not looking at the screen.
What are you looking at?
I'm just
We
looking
need
down
eye
my-
contact here.
Okay, fine. Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. Survey says, ding, 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 ding.
Oh
ding,
my
ding.
gosh.
Number
What are
5 answer.
Who did they ask? A bunch of 90-year-olds?
Probably so.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
All right. The number 4 answer was Abbott and Costello, which does indeed say that they ask a bunch of 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
All right. So that was double points.
Ooh.
My next guess was going to be Hardcastle and McCormick. I'm assuming that wouldn't have been on there either.
Cagney and Lacey.
So Brady got 106 points in that round.
Wow.
So it is now 122
To nothing.
to nothing.
He's getting payback.
He is. All right. For all the mobules.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. It's round 3.
No, I thought there were more than one question per round.
Nope. All right. Top 7 answers on the board. And here's the question. If you could replace any body part for a newer model, which would you choose? Yes.
Hypothetically. Man.
You're taking way too long here.
No,
I
got
give you
some
a
time.
strike. No,
I got some
you got
time.
no time. Once you hit the buzzer, you got no time.
A penis, all right? Penis. There, you made me say it.
I did make you say
You
it.
made me say it.
Survey says number 7 answer. Brady? Can you get
Eyes.
higher than
Eyes.
Eyes. Survey says
Can you get higher than penis?
What?
All right, Todd, play or pass?
Pshaw.
I gotta play.
Gotta play. All right. Before you go on, I forgot to go through the audience's answer on the last question. Name a famous duo. Trev says lamb and tuna fish. Danny also chimed in with Simon and Garfunkel, Cochise and waffles, or cocaine and waffles. He typed
Cocaine. I like Cochise and waffles.
Also said Abbott and Costello, Ben and Jerry, Trev, Whitney Houston and cocaine.
Oh, God.
Danny says Tom and
Tom and
Jerry.
Jerry.
Rhonda says
I about said Fred and Barney.
Thelma and Louise. Yeah, there's a lot more than that. They all should have been on there over the ones that were on there.
Celia said Brady was praying when he was looking down.
How about Jake and the Fatman?
Jake and the Fatman, yes.
The Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Mork and Mindy.
Katie said
Laverne and Shirley.
Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Ooh.
I don't know, Piggy.
Beavis and Butthead. Come on, man. I mean, there should have been 100 answers on that board.
Well, here you go. It's too late. All right, Todd, you're playing. If you could replace any body part for a newer model, which would you choose?
Knees.
Knees. Survey says ding, number 6 answer.
Back.
Back. Survey says strike 1. If you replace any body part for a newer model, which would you choose?
So, can I ask that what did
No,
Brady
you made-
say that got Brady said feet.
Eyes.
That got
I said eyes.
and I said knees, and the first thing I said was penis. Feet.
Feet. Survey says
Are you kidding me?
Brady would say that.
I think a lot of people
Indeed.
thinking about things that go bad. Breasts.
Breasts.
Bosom.
Survey says ting, number 2 answer.
Ooh,
Bombs. Bombs.
What?
Bombs.
Teeth.
Teeth. Survey says All right, Brady.
All right, get my answer.
You get all the points.
Hair.
Hairs.
Is that a body part?
Survey says
There was no Baldwin surveyed.
So Todd gets 28 points.
What? And how's that for all the marbles then?
Well, I don't know.
That sounds like a small portion of the marbles. It's not
It
A
is.
wee segment of the marbles.
All right.
the wee little marbles.
Other answers. Number 5, heart.
Hard.
Number 4, legs.
Legs.
Number 3, butt.
But
And the number one answer, stomach.
stomach.
So my question about stomach is, like, as in a fat belly or the stomach itself?
The
Ones that
innards.
won't give him the gas.
Innards. Or the
Where flux its acid.
it's acid. Yes. All right. Audience answers included Danny, who said liver. Gary, who said that word will never be said on this show.
Eric turned green now.
Kyle says lips. Rhonda got the number 3 answer correct with butt. Katie, nose.
Say that
Rhonda,
together. Butt nose.
Butt nose. Rhonda, tummy. Steve, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Rhonda says face. Danny says ×3. Not sure. ×3. And Trev says weenus.
The part of your arm that looks like a gear shift cover.
All right, Brady.
My weenus is shot.
That's why you need.
He has to have a weenectomy.
Weenectomy. Kyle also said forehead. A newer forehead. All right, Brady wins the family feuds for the evening. So Brady, give yourself 2 hands over.
When we're off air, I'm gonna boycott her. That is a shitty scoring system right there.
Hey, I got to go along with the game here.
If you don't like it, take it up with Richard Dawson.
You literally said, hang on a minute. At the beginning of the game, you said whoever wins round 3, or whoever. You did say whoever has the most points at the end of 3 rounds, didn't you?
Yes, I did say
but,
that.
But then when you said this is for all the marbles, you got me kind of excited. I couldn't have won that had I.
I think he was talking about if I got on
If you
it.
had gotten all 7 answers and got.
Oh, I would have gotten them?
You could have won.
Damn family
So, yes,
feud.
It was
We need to
for all the marbles.
Yeah.
So
How you
there
like
go.
them marbles?
How you like them marbles?
Sit down.
Star.
Still a lame scoring system.
Sir. How you like them grapes? I can sir.
Lame scoring system. It was 2-1 the way I counted it up.
All right. Reminder, our audio version of the podcast comes out Friday morning at 3 a.m. You can find that on most any platform. You can find an audio podcast. Our biggest platforms are Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. We are also rather huge in India on Ghana. That's one of our platforms as well. But again, most anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you can find ours. Also, this particular video will be archived on what we are currently going on with the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Twitch.
Thank you. Visit our website. You can find all of our social media links on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Interact via email, admin@playitbyearpodcast.com. Leave a voice message. No one's leaving voice messages. We're going to continue to pound that point home. We want a voice message. Someone will leave a voice message for us. We'll put it on the podcast.
Wonder who the earliest listener is of the podcast when it's released, when the audio version is released.
Like,
can we find that out? Can we find out like what time the first?
I release it at 3 a.m. I get up around 10 till 6, and generally there's at least 5 listens by then.
Really?
So I don't know if people are going to work.
Subscribe.
But a subscription doesn't mean a listen. Someone actually has to hit play. So I don't know if it's some other country or maybe someone going early to work and listening. I don't know. But like I said,
We
generally
got some
by then,
early risers.
yes, we do.
Early riser.
Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen?
I can't think of anything. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. Next Monday night, we will be back, episode 86. Join us then. Todd, take us out.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.